Tonight's first video comes from Cursed Urban, Dan's US-based, first-person paranormal and urban exploration channel, where he investigates haunted and notorious locations, hunts for cryptids, and camps solo in areas tied to sinister local legends. January 31st, 2026. Forest of Sorrow, Central Illinois, United States.
I have no idea how this got here. Look at this. We got we got a boot here. Just one. There's some baby clams in it. See what the date is on here. 2027.
Running spirit talker near the water, Dan feels a soft sensation trail down his neck and upper back. Moments earlier, the device had asked, "May I touch you?"
That's pants. I don't have a zoom lens, but I can at least get the camera so you guys can get a closer look. Extend the camera over this water. It's sketchy, but whatever. Yeah, that's like somebody's jeans or something, it looks like. It's kind of sketchy because that's like, first we found those boots. Now we find these jeans.
By the campfire, running a spirit box session, a clear disembodied scream cuts across the lake. A second scream follows, immediately after, by distant emergency sirens. Spirit talker outputs one word: emergency.
That was that scream again. Who's speaking? That was that scream again. Dude, that seemed like it came really, really quick too. As soon as I asked, like, hey, can you respond? Can you say something to me? And it seemed like that was really fast. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was not, but. Can you tell me, is there a different way that you'd like to communicate with me? Maybe you don't like this. Maybe you don't know how. This is just an app on my phone. You can communicate with me through.
Asking for a sign through necrophonic, Dan's answered almost instantly, heavy sticks and branches snapping somewhere in the pitch-black woods nearby.
It sounded just like evil lives here. That's. I think that's pretty close to what I heard. It sounded like evil lives here. What was that? What the... Dude, that sounded powerful. That sounded like something big is right up ahead. Dude, what was that? That was no little like squirrel or raccoon. That was something that had some strength to it. What?
Back at camp, a flashlight beam shuts off near the tree line. Dan's camp chair has been moved. His tent is open again. At 3 a.m., footsteps outside the tent wake him. Through the fabric, Dan spots someone searching the exact pile where he found the boot. He confronts them. and gets hit with a rapid strobe flashlight, disorienting him just long enough for the figure to disappear into the woods. I think what separates this one from a lot of paranormal content is how the human and the unexplained elements build on top of each other, rather than competing for attention. The boot, the jeans, the tent being opened twice. Those are physical, deliberate, and someone did them. The screams and the spirit box responses are a different kind of unsettling entirely. I don't think I'd have stayed in that tent after finding it open the second time, let alone slept through to 3 a.m. Would the boot and the jeans have been enough to send you home, or would you have needed the prowler to actually show up first? Radiation spikes, drained batteries, and something physically touching their equipment in the dark. Wild and Weird WV came back for answers. They got a lot more than that. Tonight's second video comes from Wild and Weird WV, an investigation team led by Ron Lanham, Joe Perdue, and Jesse Ash, researching high strangeness across West Virginia and the wider Appalachian region using field equipment, historical research, and scientific method. August 15th, 2026. Wineberry Investigation Site and Kanoa State Forest, West Virginia, United States.
We started monitoring radiological levels after being told by veteran investigator Stan Gordon that it could yield interesting data. Since then, we've encountered a repeating low-level signature of ionizing radiation spikes, just high enough above background levels to draw our attention.
And we've got base camps in here at 17 normal, so that's localized. Whatever you guys have got out there in that field is localized.
These spikes occur in areas where elements of high strangeness have been recorded or are occurring. It is easy.
While measuring background radiation, Larry's Geiger counter freezes and reads 0 counts per minute. Switching to backup gear, the team finds multiple radios and battery packs completely drained, with no explanation for why.
My heart's beating fast. I feel a little bit different.
It may sound strange, but we encourage everyone who's investigating to make note of any strange feelings that they may have during a particular investigation.
I feel like I'm being watched. That's what I feel like.
Yeah, it's right up in this.
We're back to 15 normal.
We're back to...
Talking to me? All right, we're going to check this out again here in a little bit, okay?
Yeah, we'll come back in and look at it.
Yeah. What is that?
I've had the extreme 0 and like 5 million.
Right.
So I don't know, like I said earlier, this was in the same bag with all my equipment that got zapped earlier for all the batteries.
Heading back toward the vehicle, the team hears something massive, pushing through a dense thicket roughly 120 yards away, on the same ridge where they'd previously picked up an unexplained humming sound.
Then there was this strange rumbling. Now this went on for almost a minute. After this, there's what sounds like footsteps walking around, and something might have even touched that recorder. Now at this point, I was about 20 to 30 yards from whatever this was, and I had absolutely no idea. Why right here in the spot? Again, it's right here in this spot.
Multiple hollows converging into one area.
The springs, but you know what? There's a spring there.
Mm-hmm.
A spring there.
Well, yeah. Well,
so they're running.
If you naturally have that,
a lot of natural
funnel areas.
Out of.
I hear natural, but I'm also seeing radiation.
Yep, that's
true.
Back at the island ridge, where the team once found a strange structure woven through 6 living trees, a 1.6 gigahertz signal spikes on the spectrum analyzer at the exact moment disembodied laughter is picked up nearby. On the upper ridge in total darkness, the crew finds massive boulders flipped and moved out of place. It looks like high strangeness, until a closer look at the mud turns up large black bear tracks and claw marks. A real predator, active in the same dark alongside them.
Started seeing strange lights near the pond area.
Was you guys at the pond just a little bit ago? Because we got a huge light anomaly down here.
No, we're up on the ridge line.
We went up on the wrong ridge.
We did, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
So we were ridge over.
I don't know.
All right, let's go back down.
Yeah, let's get back down to the base camp.
Base camp, we're gonna head back down your direction now. It should take us, I don't know, 10-15 minutes to get there.
I see base camp on the camera. I hope that's base camp on the camera. What do you got down there?
Okay, copy that. We just want to make sure that we go.
While part of the team works the ridge, base camp radios in a large orb of light hovering near the pond. The ridge team fires their IR lasers to confirm their own position, ruling themselves out. Whatever's producing that light isn't one of them. By the end of the night, the team pins the orb at somewhere between 24 and 30 feet off the ground, far higher and larger than their first estimate. Running invisible infrared lasers alongside their spectrum analyzers, they get an immediate off-the-charts spike, which only strengthens their theory that whatever's happening out there reacts directly to light frequencies humans can't even see. What gets me about this one is how the team's own skepticism is baked right into the investigation. They don't jump to, "It's paranormal," the second something looks strange. The flipped boulders looked like a slam dunk until the bear tracks turned up. And to their credit, they said so on camera, instead of running with the scarier explanation. Would you have kept investigating after the equipment started draining, or called it there? Cindy feels something breathing on her neck in total darkness. Cameron plays a warrior chant into the woods and gets an answer he wasn't expecting. Neither of them made it to the end of the night with their nerve intact. Tonight's third video comes from the Firelands Files, a paranormal investigation and cryptid hunting team made up of psychic medium Cindy, alongside skeptics Dawn and Cameron, investigating local legends and alleged hauntings across northern Ohio's Firelands region. July 29th, 2026. Wooded creek bank on private residential property, Ohio, United States.
Been happening.
Out in the West Texas town of El Paso, the music would play and... What was the girl's name? God, I can't remember the girl's name from the song. That's a Marty Robbins song, for those of you who are old enough to remember it. And I'm doing a terrible job of singing it, but I don't know why that song popped into my head. I'm going to try to light the cigar. Again.
Dawn opens the night alone on the creek bank, smoking a cigar and drinking scotch, trying to lure the entity in using scents an early settler might have carried. His session stays quiet, marked mostly by fireflies and reflection, though the earlier technical glitches from setup are still on his mind.
If we get a response, what was that? That sounded like something came right up behind me. What was that? Okay. I'm not freaking out. We're not freaking out. Oh, we're freaking out a little bit. We are a little bit. I wish I could see. I can't see. Okay.
Cindy takes over, striking metal tuning forks to send high-frequency sound waves into the dark. Almost immediately, she hears footsteps and movement approaching from the brush behind her.
Okay, I am hoping my mic is picking this up. It sounds like breathing right behind me. Okay, I'm gonna put the camera. I think I want to see. No, go away. No. Go away. Go away. Go away. I'm supposed to be looking for a bug watching and I'm saying go away. Please go away. But okay, this sounds like there's something behind.
Cameron takes the final slot, scattering whiskey, tobacco, and beef jerky before playing a recorded Cherokee warrior chant out into the woods. The reaction is immediate, branches snapping, violent rustling closing in around him.
Something right behind me. There's something out here with me. I don't know what it is. Oh my God, dude. I'm out of here. I'm out of here. Okay, I'm seeing stuff. I gotta get out of here. I'm seeing stuff. I swear to God, I just saw a person in the woods. What the hell is that? Something just flew by me. Hello? Hello? What the hell was that? I've never even heard that noise before in my life. That sounded like an alien. Dude, it's right over there. I'm done. I'm done. There's gonna be bumps in the night.
A figure moves through the trees ahead of him. Something flies past. Then, a high-pitched, almost alien screech cuts through the dark. Cameron doesn't stop to investigate. He drops his gear and runs. The next morning, Cameron heads back to collect the trail cameras, audio recorders, and the live trap, tucking a plush toy inside the cage as a joke before clearing the bait from the site. Reviewing the footage back home, the team finds one clip showing a low branch moving entirely on its own, along with strange visual artifacting at the edge of the frame. No Pukwudgie caught on camera, but nobody on that team walked away thinking they'd had the woods to themselves. Fresh bear tracks lead Tatiana straight to her chosen campsite. Then the bear that made them walks out onto the beach, and it's heading her way. Tonight's fourth video comes from Travel with Tats, Tatiana's channel covering solo wilderness camping, backcountry hiking, and off-the-beaten-path travel. July 5th, 2025. Keha Beach, Vancouver Island, British Columbia, Canada.
People say it's technical, but it's not technical in the sense that like you're doing any technical climbing or anything. You just have to really, really watch your step. And they do have like these boardwalks here, but some of them are like rotted and kind of falling away. So you really just gotta mind your footing. Mind your footing. So wolves, but it didn't say explicitly if there's a bear cache. There is. It's not close to the campsite, which kind of sucks, but I'm not at the campsite yet, so hopefully there's one there too. But if not, well, I guess I'll just have to walk back with the food.
Tatiana sets off for a weekend at Keha Beach, making the most of a rare weekend off. She works her way down a wet, root-covered coastal trail and a steep rope section before reaching the shoreline, checking for fresh water and noting the bear cache on site before looking for a spot to pitch her tent.
Hey, are you seeing what I'm seeing? Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That, my folks, are bear prints. Upon reaching the beach, like you're not at the campsite, you then have to walk along the beach to the campsite. And I've like walked the length of the beach. There's like no sign.
Okay, Tatiana from the future here. I need you to bear with me, pun intended. The whole beach is the campsite. But I haven't realized this yet.
There's like a small little something right there. So, what is that?
Fresh bear tracks are pressed into the sand along her path as soon as she reaches the beach. A bear's clearly active in the area, worth knowing before she even picks a campsite.
I was just about to film how much sand was in my shoes and a bear just walked out onto the beach. I don't know if you can see it, that black little dot over there. Shit. Right over there is where I thought the campsite was supposed to be, so it clearly can smell that I was there. As long as it doesn't keep coming this way. Oh, no.
Around 8 p.m., while cleaning sand off her shoes, Tatiana spots a black bear walking out onto the shoreline, right near where she'd planned to pitch her tent. It looks like it's sniffing the air, picking up her scent. The bear turns and starts walking toward her. Tatiana doesn't wait to see what happens next. She grabs her gear and moves. After the first encounter, Tatiana relocates her whole camp in 2 quick trips, putting real distance between herself and the bear before settling in for the night. It turns out to be peaceful. No return visit, just her and the beach until morning, when she spends the day collecting washed-up debris before hiking back out. What I appreciate about this one is how calm and methodical Tatiana stays throughout. No panic, no dramatics. She sees fresh tracks, adjusts her plan, sees the bear itself, adjusts again. That's exactly what you're supposed to do, and it's probably why the story has a boring, uneventful second half instead of a bad one. It's a good reminder that most bear encounters end exactly like this, when you don't do anything to escalate them. Would you have kept your original campsite plan after just seeing the tracks, or moved before the bear even showed up, like she probably should have? Bill's asleep in his camper trailer when something hits it hard enough to rock the whole structure. The thermal footage from that exact moment shows 2 heat signatures standing right outside his door. Tonight's 5th video comes from Squatchin' Adventures, 50+ years around the sun, a Bigfoot field research and cryptid investigation channel running multi-day camping expeditions, trail camera checks, and thermal imaging analysis across the Pacific Northwest. August 15th, 2026. Moonflats, Pacific Northwest region, United States.
Then we had a rock throw after that on the trail towards camp. So I feared that if we removed all the cameras, then maybe the activity would increase more. So we removed the last 2 cameras back here.
Good morning, guys. So it's Friday morning. I've just been drinking coffee and visiting with everybody at the campfire. Did run the backup camera over there just to catch a couple stories. But yeah, Friday morning. It's been a good morning so far. Do believe I'll be packing up this afternoon. Just get things wrapped up a little bit, get home, you know, enjoy the weekend and get ready for work next week. But Marshall showed back up, and so we're just telling some different stories and sharing different information. Bill
recounts what happened the night before. At 12:30 a.m., something delivered a heavy, forceful slap to the side of his camper trailer, hard enough to shake the whole structure. He flipped on his exterior lights and looked out, but saw and heard nothing.
It's going to come out this side of it, and you're going to see another hot spot develop right up there.
Yeah, just like that.
Oh, don't touch that. Who's up there?
Me. Will went back. I told him there were 2.
There's 2. Right there. You see that spot right there?
Oh, yep.
And then it disappeared.
A little peeker.
That's probably.
Oh, it's still up above. It's up above his trailer.
Above his trailer.
Yeah. You
And
can
then
see it.
Then right here, it's going to the bigger.
It's standing there. The top of it.
There it comes out.
Oh, whoa.
So
yeah,
you can see the
totally see that it moved to the left.
Can you see it moving towards the trailer, or it was?
No, it just moves.
No. We think it must have come on the. You know,
now it goes back to the right.
Canted in that.
So it came on the back.
Goodness.
Yeah.
Because it sounded like.
I think it is watching.
Back, you know, like I
the
said,
other one is right behind his trailer.
Yeah.
It's just, it moved from our right to left.
Play it again.
Okay.
Right there it comes out.
Little peeker.
Bill walks through what that moment actually felt like. Cracking his door open just a few inches, half expecting to find a bear or something bigger, standing right there. The team maps out the campsite layout, trying to work out how anything got that close without being seen by any of the parked vehicles.
Our first trip here in 2024 was that somewhere in this area they were coming from across the creek, crossing the creek and doing whatever to us, vocalizations and knocks and whatever else. And then there were two guys who were camped basically probably about where Will's tent is, and one night something ran through their camp with what David said was Sierra sounds. So it seemed like, at least in 2024, this is where we thought they came from, right in this area, and that confirms exactly what.
Yeah, right behind the box.
Right.
Run out of here.
Get out of here and get across the creek, and you're up back home.
Yeah.
One of the other things that happened in 2024, David and I both woke up about the same time, brought in our audio recorders and stuff, and we decided to walk down to the bathroom. It was probably 6:30 or 7 in the morning. And we got about halfway down and we noticed it hadn't been raining.
The group revisits past encounters at Moonflats, including a previous trip where something vocalizing Sierra sounds ran straight through their camp, and an 18-inch wet footprint that cleared an 8-foot stretch of road in a single leap, cementing the nearby creek as a likely route for whatever's been moving through the area. The thermal footage is what makes this one different for me. Most Bigfoot stories rely entirely on someone's account of what they heard or felt in the moment. But here you've got a recording that lines up second for second with what Bill describes. Would seeing that thermal footage the next morning make you more or less likely to spend another night out there? Tonight's sixth video comes from Caden Mackey, a solo bushcraft and extreme weather survival channel focused on minimal gear camping and real-time wildlife encounters. August 8th, 2024, Texas, United States.
Peak summer here in Texas. Temperature is about 102 degrees Fahrenheit right now. The sun is beaming down on me right now. The good news is it's going down, which means I gotta find camp pretty fast. I think this spot is pretty good.
With temperatures pushing 102 degrees Fahrenheit and the sun already starting to drop, the creator moves fast to find a suitable campsite before dark closes in. Once he's settled, he introduces a personal project he's building into the channel, taking a Polaroid of each campsite layout and storing it in a photo book, this one paired with a chosen Bible verse, Romans 5:8, as a record of the trip.
It's coming a little bit too close to my campsite. Might have to call it a day. Might have to call it a night and go home.
Looks like he's going the other way, so should be good. I think that was a copperhead, I'm not 100% sure. I think it's about that time for me to go to bed. Probably just gonna let the fire die out and then go to sleep. Good night.
Later that night, reaching for his boots before a bathroom trip, he checks them first out of habit and finds a large cockroach already inside one of them. Between the heat, the copperhead, and everything else the Texas wildlife throws at him, spiders, raccoons, wild hogs, armadillos, he still manages to cook a proper meal, rig up a bug net shelter, get his Polaroid, and finish the night out exactly as planned. What stands out to me here is the restraint in that snake moment. A lot of creators would have played that up for the camera, but he just froze, tracked it, and let it leave on its own terms, rather than doing anything that could have turned a close call into an actual bite. That's the difference between a scary story and an ER visit. The boot check afterward is such a small, ordinary habit, but it's clearly one that saved him from a nasty surprise more than once. Would that copperhead have been enough to send you home? Or would you have stuck it out like he did? That's it for tonight. If you watched all the way to the end, you're either very brave or you made some questionable life choices. Either way, like and subscribe, hit the bell, and click one of the videos on screen. I'll be back soon with more reasons to stay indoors. See you then. And if you made it this far, there was a hidden word somewhere in tonight's video. Drop it in the comments if you caught it.